I don't know why I'm letting it ride, but I'm letting it ride. I think it's because I'm kind of ready, but I'm kind of not ready. You know how it is. When every time you think you're ready, you're not ready. And I wasn't ready. Now I can't find that thing that I put the thing on top of the thing. You know what I mean? Gotta find that thing. Where's it? Whatever. You know what? Let's just we'll use this thing. What is this? Is it okay? No, this one okay? This one's fine, right? Yeah, we're gonna use this. Letting it ride out, I guess. You know, why not, man? We've been doing it. We deserve a ride out. Y'all deserve the ride out. We deserve it. So let's take a little taste of it. We don't get it very often. This is the ride out. Right here. You usually don't get this. You know what? I'm getting into too early. We don't deserve it. Never mind. I'm taking it back. Jimmy, get out of here. You did good, Doug. Thank you very much, Jimmy. Really appreciate it. Jimmy, I think I need you to go, Jimmy. Please. There's children about. Jimmy. Jimmy, please. Por favor, boy, oye, Jimmy, please, por favor, vete, coño, pero vete de aquí, bro. Tú tienes una cosa ahí que... Thank you very much. How you doing? Cultura, 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 da, 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 da. Cultura, cultura. However you say it, that's how you say it now and forever. I don't make the rules, I just make the rules. I am Studio Mogura, Studio M-O-G-U-R-A. You know how he goes. Hit me up at the PayPal. Hit me up at the CashApp. All donations go toward the making of my independent film, my independent animated pilot. Seriously, trying to get it off the ground. It's there. It's just I'm broke and I need money to make it happen because I don't want to be an asshole and I want to pay the actors, you know, because I learned that when you pay people, they actually do the job and they do the job better than when you don't pay them. Okay? And if I ask people to do me this favor, come over here, they don't show up, they don't take it seriously. When I tell them I'm going to give you $200 if you show up, they show up early. So that's what we're trying to do. So please, by all means, support with a PayPal donation and a Cash App donation. And if you put your name in the memo for the donation, I will put your name as a producer and in the end credits of either the International Horror Association pilot or the end credits of The Strategist, which is the feature film that we're trying to get off the ground. So please, donate by all means. If you don't want to donate, you want something more tangible, check out my book, Full Moon Nights, available on Amazon. Also available in hardcover on Barnes & Noble. It is a chronicle of the Miami rave scene in the early 2000s, basically a story of me going to the rave party that took place off the Palmetto, and it was crazy. It was all ages, it was nuts, it was just, you know, insane. And it was a lot of fun, and it was a big part of my life, and this is the book that tells you, hey, this thing happened. Also, check out my comic shop, octotaco.com, which is also my blog, and it was where I put my personal comics up. If you want to see them, and if you want to buy them, if you're interested in one of them, go ahead and shoot me a message, and we can talk. And then lastly, check out my TeePublic, which is my t-shirts, and you can get the official Cultura t-shirt on my TeePublic shop, as well as my other great designs, including the very popular Dan Le Batard Hitchcock profile design, which a lot of people have been buying that, and a lot of people like that, and I really appreciate your support on that. And again, for the millionth time, I forgot to put the last QR code, which is the link to my Spotify playlist, which has my entire discography from 1999 through 2003, with my latest release, The Reflection Blinds You from Seeing the Truth. Just look up El Topo Miami on Spotify, and you should be able to find me and find the playlist and just listen to all my music and find out my albums and all that kind of shit. If not, check out the Bandcamp link right there in front of you, and you can purchase my music directly, which is the best way, because in Bandcamp I get like $4 per purchase, and in fucking Spotify, 6 million streams will get me $200. Thank you, Vietnam. Seriously, Vietnam, one more time, I appreciate you for the streams. Thank you so much. You have no idea how you came through. So appreciate Vietnam. So check that out, okay? We're done. That's it, bro. You know, we gotta go through that, man. I'm sorry, bro. I know a lot of you are like, bro, stop with the thing and get into the thing. You're like that, and I understand, and I get it, you know, because I'm the same way. I'm like, bro, start the stream. Get over it. But motherfuckers gotta eat, bro. And motherfuckers are tired of doing, you know, taxes. We want to do something a little bit more interesting, a little bit more better, a little more creative, a little bit more fun. And this is what we got. Okay, this is rolling. This is good. We're heading into the regular season. It's about to start soon. And it's going to pop. And it's going to pop out. And let me tell you, it's going to pop out like the hernia. Again, which I'm still dealing with since Jimmy Butler missed that 3 against the Celtics. I kid you not. He took the 3. He missed it. And I got a hernia. It like my belly. And I'm like, oh God! And I had to drop to the floor, and I couldn't decide if I was in pain because Jimmy missed the 3, or if I was in pain because of I think I just popped my fucking hernia. And then I tried to stand up, and I realized, oh no, it's the fucking hernia. So yeah, still dealing with that shit. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Yo voy para el doctor. I go to the doctor, and they're like, what is it? And then I'm like, yo, the hernia. And they're like, oh, cool, here. And they like do the fucking this, like, you know how like, you know, the 1 inch punch that Bruce Lee does. He's like, click at that, like that. They do that to you. And you're just like, and that's what happens. That's how they fix you and fix the hernia. Which was kind of like this game. You know, playing the Detroit Pistons and playing any shitty ass team with the Heat is like, you know, just dealing with your annoying fucking hernia. It keeps popping the fuck out. You know, and you gotta do the. Así, tú haces así, tú sabes. Te pone, you put your hand right there and you push in. You gotta blow out. First, you gotta blow out all your air, right? Blow out all your air. Till there's nothing. There's nothing, right? There's nothing there. Okay. Now keep blowing out all your air. Okay. Hold on. Let me take a breath. I almost died there. After you blown out all your air, then you like push on the top of the belly button. You push it in and you push it down, and it's like every time. And that's what playing these fucking teams is like. You gotta push it in, and you gotta push it down, and you're like, ugh, and then you win, and then you feel better. It's literally it. I don't know what we're gonna do, because we got a lot of these bad fucking teams to finish off the season. And that's, many people would be like, oh, that's great. That's awesome. But if you're a Heat fan, and you know Heat culture, you know that shit is like, I don't know, bro. Because you look at these motherfuckers play. They know they can beat these guys. We had no business letting them be in the game. Okay? And I understand that not everybody is the Boston Celtics, apparently, because they've got like a super team con fucking Nadia that we know their name. I'm currently munching on Noni's Bakery Biscotti. Chocolate almond. I love these things. I love biscotti. Biscotti's awesome. My mom made biscotti once when I was little. And I was like, this is strange. I've never had something like this before. And it was good. But it was like, you know, there was no chocolate on it. And then when I discovered that, oh, wait, there's biscotti that has chocolate on it. Oh, this thing's amazing. I love it. So, and these were buy one, get one free, by the way. So it was a good deal. I don't even remember what I was saying. Who cares what I was saying, right? No, I remember what I was saying. I don't know, man. I know we're supposed to wipe the floor with these people like the Celtics wipe the floor with the fucking Golden State, right? Like that's what we're supposed to do. That's what we were supposed to do, right? With the fucking with the Pistons. Now with whoever else we're gonna play that sucks. We're supposed to wipe the floor with them, right? You know we don't do that. I really honestly want to say we have had 3 blowouts this season. 3. There's no way we have had more than 5. If we have more than 5, look, I'm positive it's less than 10. Less than 10 blowouts this season. For sure, man. 30 something plus games that we've won. 35 games, 36, whatever it is. How many of those games did we blow people out? We don't blow nobody out. We don't blow nobody out, bro. That's rare. When we're blowing somebody out, it's the second quarter, and we know that team's going to come back on us before halftime. You know it. This is what riding the snake is. This is what drinking the juice is. This is what drinking the ooze is. This is what taking the water of life is. Is you take this team and you take this culture and you know their habits, you know their tendencies, you know you can read them a lot better. Once you've taken the juice, it's because you can read this team now. And if you've taken the juice, you drank the ooze, you've taken the water of life, and you follow Butler Gaib, then you know the habits of this team, and you know when they play these kind of teams, it is not a surprise for them to be competing with the team, not to blow the team out. Because let me tell you, man, 15 points up in the league, that's not blowing anybody out anymore. You're up 15, and you're not blowing nobody out. That's not a blowout. I'm watching the game, and there was a moment in the fourth quarter where Butler goes crazy, and we go up 15. And in that moment, I start talking on Threads, and I'm like talking to somebody about Threads about, you know, their anime drawing, and they took some comment I meant totally wrong. And I literally look up, and the Heat are up 5. And it was like, dude, it's the same quarter. Like, not even 2-3 minutes of what the fuck? And so I've gotten to a point where I don't trust a 10-point lead. I don't trust a 12-point lead. I don't trust a 15-point lead. You definitely don't trust a 12-point, 10-point fucking lead when you're playing against the Heat. You're playing against the Heat, and you're up 12, and it's the fourth quarter, like, you know that you probably might not win that game. Because the Heat are going to make the push at the end of the game. Game starts with 1 or 2 minutes left when you're playing the Heat. When you're playing the Heat, game starts with 2 minutes left. You can watch the whole fucking goddamn game. Don't fucking matter. Just tune in the last 2 minutes and that's the game. No, we don't do that because, you know, we're Cultura. We like to watch the whole thing. We like to enjoy the entire ride. We like the scenic route. But there's some of us that just, you know, like to show up in the fourth quarter. My dad, he only shows up in the fourth quarter for a basketball game. And I'm sure there's people who are even worse. So they show up in the last 2 minutes. And that's if there's going to be a time that you're not going to show up in the last 2 minutes. There you go. You'll get the whole game there. And now more than ever, just because 3 is so prominent. And the 3 is like such a big fucking deal. Today, I had to do a little errand. And I don't even want to get into the fucking bullshit with my car. You know, all I can tell you is that people are fucking assholes, specifically people who drive fucking huge-ass trucks with these monster fucking stupid-ass tires. Like they're fucking, you know, gonna go off-roading on the Palmetto Expressway. And, you know, pretty much I've learned is a lot of those people who drive those cars, they are assholes because they get so aggressive. And if they see a nicer car, if they see a car that, you know, I don't know, they wish they had or might make their car look any less or whatever, it's like they get into such an aggressive manner and they get into they want to like kill you or something. And it's so stupid. It's like, look, I'm trying to just get home, you know, and you're starting shit with me just because I'm literally like going at my own pace. And then you want to like cut me off and shit like that. And it's like, you know what? No, we're not having that. And then you want to go and actually hit me? Fuck you. Fuck you. And then there was nothing I could do because, you know, sure, we could have stopped and we could argue, but then who's going to get the ticket? Whose insurance is going to go up? You know, that guy was a total asshole. And there was no point in even stopping. So, you know what? I told him, no, that's too bad. And I moved on with my life. That's it. Did I stop traffic at 6 p.m. on the Palmetto? No. So you all who go home on the Palmetto at 6 fucking p.m., bro, you all better be kissing my fucking ass. Because I could have just stopped right there and fucking that's it, bro. Nobody's fucking going home for 2 fucking hours. All because fucking dudes have to have their huge trucks and then gotta be in the no truck lane. You gotta be... Why is it that every person that drives a truck in Miami drives in the no truck lane? It's the most ridiculous thing is having a no truck lane. Because every truck, when you put up a no truck lane, every truck is going to drive on that lane. It's ridiculous. So it's backwards. I bet you anything, if you made a lane that said trucks only on this lane, this is only for trucks, and then you put you paved it out of gold, I guarantee you trucks wouldn't go on there. That's how backwards a lot of these people are. It's ridiculous. And then the guy has the audacity to say to call his truck a car. These people that drive these huge pickups that are just monster pickups, they're like monster trucks. They think they're cars. They think they're in cars. They think they're like driving a sedan. It's insane. It's got to be stopped. I'm serious. But going back to the game. I don't know, man. This is going to be a weird kind of run right now because we just can't slip. And we've got the easiest fucking schedule. So if we slip at any time, I mean, what the fuck? But you see how we're playing. We're playing good. We've got people. We've got enough people to compete. I don't know if we have enough to beat Boston. That I don't think so. I don't right now, the way that it seems, no, right? Right? I mean, right now, the way that it seems, no. I don't think we have enough to beat Boston. But we said the same shit last year. We didn't think we'd beat Boston last year. We didn't think we'd beat Milwaukee last year. A lot of people didn't think we'd beat New York. So what do you do? What do we do then? What do we do? We just... What? I don't know, man. I want to fast forward through the rest of the season, man, but we need these wins more than anybody because we got to move up, man. We can't be this whole playing shit but then this team is just so fucking weird. Look at that. We're in 6th. And I don't like that 6th spot, man. I don't like that 6th spot, and I honestly would rather... Wow, look how much the 76ers have dropped. Jesus fucking Christ. Those poor bastards. Yeah, you're right. The playoffs barely do end in a blowout. I mean, we know throughout history that Spo is definitely not a blowout coach, which is it's gonna be. I want to fast forward to the Celtics game in the playoffs already. I just want to get there. I want to see what they got. I want to put their 50+ wins to the test. You know? They're 19-10 away. That's really mediocre. I'm surprised by that. I mean, I know it's still good, but it's just 29 fucking home wins. That ain't right. That don't smell right. That don't smell right, bro. 29 home wins for the Celtics doesn't smell right. Bucks, 25 wins at home. That doesn't smell right. Magic, 21 wins at home. That doesn't smell right either. The Heat, 17 and 13. We're like barely above 500 at home. We're a better team on the road. What is that? The fuck is that? I mean, it's just... That's so annoying. But we see what's happening with these people. I mean, I don't know who the fuck that I don't really want to check the Knicks' schedule and look at that. Who cares? Who cares what the fucking schedule is? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what their schedule is. Doesn't matter at all. The main thing that matters is that we just keep playing. We keep playing and we beat these teams that we're supposed to fucking beat. Okay? That's all that matters. And then this fucking bullshit. The Mavericks game is a big game because that's a big test. We're gonna enter the gauntlet now. Well, actually, we are. I think are we done with the gauntlet now? Actually, are we done with our current gauntlet? We had our 13th, 14th, and then the 23rd. So 23rd. So where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, tomorrow would essentially be the game 7. Okay, so we had our 7 games since the All-Star break. Pelicans, Kings, Trailblazers, Nuggets, Heat, Jazz, Pistons, and then now the Mavericks on Thursday. So that's our first 7-game pack from the All-Star break. And out of this 7-game stretch, we're 6-1. And is it? I'm gonna ask you again. Is it a success? Everyone's gonna be saying, "Oh, they're 6-1. They went really good," but bro, look at who we beat, man. The 2 biggest wins that we had still is the Bucks game on the 13th. That's the biggest win I think we've had all season. It's the biggest win. So against the Bucks, beating their asses 123 because they were full force. And even then, how much were the Bucks affected by a back-to-back, or how much were they affected by the fact that All-Star break was coming up and they had 2 guys that were All-Stars? We were already like, I don't want to deal with this shit. We thought the 76ers was a big win. We realized, no, that's una mierda. That was a mierda win. I mean, this stretch of Pelicans, Kings, and Jazz and even the Mavericks is a good test for us because those are all playoff teams. Those are all good teams that are fighting in the West. But we lost to the Nuggets, man. And that's the team to beat. That's how it is. That's the team to beat. So I don't know if this was really a successful kind of stretch of 7 games. I know that if this entire stretch of games, these 7 games, were a playoff stretch, and the teams that we had faced so far was literally the same kind of work one team in the playoffs would give us, then I'd tell you, yeah, of course we were a success because we were 4-1, and we would have already won the series. And that's how I try and approach it now, so that I don't really focus on the 1-game loss. No, I'm like, okay, they lost this game, but how did they do overall in a 7-game stretch? Because in a 7-game stretch, that's how you play a 7-game series. And that's how you really get a good eye on how this team is doing. Like, 1 game doesn't fucking tell you anything in the NBA. 1 game tells you everything in the NFL. In the NBA, it's a series. It's a game of series, so treat it like that. Treat it as such. So I want to see them win against the Mavericks. I definitely want them to finish off this chunk of 7 games, so that we can look at the next chunk of 7 games, which is Thunder, Heat, Nuggets again, Pistons again, 76ers, and then Cavs. Out of that big stretch, out of this next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the next one, the Cavs would be the biggest game. The Cavs and the Nuggets again, but playing the Nuggets in Miami,
maybe I guess you could say that it could be the same.
I wasn't gonna say that it's not the same because the Nuggets are traveling. They're coming from Denver to Miami, and like there's factors that could make them lose a lot easier. So beating the Nuggets at home is like expected, right? But then look at our record at home. We're not a good team at home. Lately, we've been a lot better, but you know, I don't know. I don't. I want what's the record gonna be at the end of the season? You know what I mean? Like we're doing good now. All we need is a powerhouse team to come in there and whip our asses, and then all of a sudden it's back to we can't do anything at home. And we win that game against the Nuggets, and it's like kind of expected. Is watch and see they don't even start fucking this guy for that game or some shit. I don't know. I'm just saying that like that game is not the same as when you play the Nuggets and you beat the Nuggets in Denver. And that's to me is that's what we need. We need to ensure that we at least got a really big fucking win at some point at the end of this season. And right now, we don't have many opportunities for those kind of wins. The only big teams that we're playing is we're playing Mavericks and Thunder, who are in the playoff hunt, and the Thunder are like top in the West, but we've already talked about this, how we don't respect that fucking team. We don't respect the Thunder. Nobody does. And I'm sorry, the Thunder. I know you're doing good and all this kind of stuff, and I'm sorry, but that's just reality. And you know it too. And that's what makes you upset, because we don't get respect the same way. And it makes us upset. So I can only imagine how you feel. But we were number one in the league 2 years ago and did nothing with it. So that's why you're number two. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, they're number two. I'm not gonna even be with the Celtics they're number one and be like, oh my god. They had a great record last year. They had a great record the year before. They always have a goddamn great record. They're killing themselves. They're shooting the fucking lights out this season, man. And heaven help them if they shoot their lights out just during the regular season. And they get to the playoffs and all of a sudden they're fucking eating shit. But technically they shouldn't. Technically, with the way that they're playing and their concept that they're using this year, which is basically chuck up the most threes in the entire fucking league, as many as possible, build fucking humongous fucking leads, and then play the very little bit of defense that you need to play to make it hard for the other team to catch up. Because they won't be able to catch up because you'll play that little bit of defense, and you'll still be making fucking like tons of more threes than they will, and that's all they're doing. That's all they're doing. The key for the Heat to beat the fucking Celtics is keeping Jason Tatum under 30 points. Like keeping both Tatum and Brown under 30 each. Keeping that team from scoring 100 points. And then that's how we win. I don't know if you're going to win like that against this team this year. That's just what I don't know if you're going to win like that with this team. I think if you to win this game, for you to win against the Celtics this year, you're going to have to match them shot for shot. You're going to have to match that team shot for shot. You're going to have to prove that you can outshoot that team. It's not going to be defense. It's not going to be... Sure, it'll be defense to some extent, but in the end, you're still going to have to outshoot them. I know we got guys that can do it. And I know Jason and this guy Brown, I know he's susceptible to turning the ball over, and if you get a good defensive player on him, man, they'll own him. That's the one thing that Oladipo, for all his bullshit, that's the one thing that was really, really necessary, that was really needed. That I understand why Spo got him, and it was just solely because he could he was like, I've never seen someone handle someone else the way that he could handle Brown. Like, Brown would just crumble and turn the ball over every single time Oladipo was on him. And we're going to have to find someone to do the same shit. And I don't know if we have that on this team. Did we play that new guy from Atlanta or that guy? I don't think so. No, we didn't. No, of course not. Rocket the Grease Buggy. This thing comes in at 28%, right? But it has 4.5 terps, which is luscious. Crazy. I can't believe Jovic got thrown out of the game. That's so ridiculous, dude. The refereeing is just, it's so sad. It really is how we've because we're so overprotective and we want to protect the sport and we want to protect, like, I don't know, whatever. Like, you've ended up diluting the game so much that any show of emotion is like considered a hostile threat. And that's ultimately what this is all about. Is that, like, you're controlling these guys because you think every single moment they're gonna start fighting. Yeah, I go to look at fucking hockey, and hockey, they let motherfuckers fight. Give them 2 minutes and that's it. Move on with your lives. And it's just, I don't know. Should we let basketball players fight? And then give them 2-minute penalties? Or double technicals? Like, that's the thing. I don't think the league is here to fight. Like, even with the whole thing, the brush up with against Butler and the fucking Pelicans, like, that was all a humongous misunderstanding. That was partly this guy, flopping on the floor and acting like he was more hurt than it was, and it was more of a big deal, which set other people off. And then Butler was basically had to be like, hey, chill. And that guy brushes Butler aside, and when you brush Butler aside, he's like, no, I'm going to tell you fucking chill, because there's not a big deal. And then that guy goes and grabs Butler's neck, and then that's it. It turns into a fucking bullshit. All of that was nothing to be like you didn't even have to throw out anybody after that. To be honest with you, as a viewer, I think it was pathetic. I think it was sad that we ultimately, they threw guys out. Like, you throw guys out if they throw a fucking punch and shit. And they're like scrapping. Okay, throw them out. But Butler didn't throw a punch. Hell, even the other guy, I would have just given him a fucking technical. But he grabbed the guy's neck, grabbed Butler's neck, and when you grab Butler's neck, he should have been thrown out. But you're throwing Butler out for what? Instigating? Get the fuck out of here. Get instigating. It's just the fear amongst referees and the fear amongst the league is just, it's pearl clutching, dude. It's, oh my god, let me hold my purse. This guy's across the street. That's what it is. It's the stupidest thing. It's so unnecessary. It does ruin the game. It pollutes every game. This a conservative mindset where you have to respect the sport, and you have to respect the sport in a way that it's according to typically a Caucasian Caucasian person. A Caucasian person in power is usually who decides how you can act. And I'm tired of that. Like, I want my players to be able to show emotion. I want them to get into each other's faces, and I want them to be mature enough that they can get into each other's faces, spark a brouhaha, and then get back to the game. Like, I constantly feel like there's not enough entertainers in sport. Steph Curry is an entertainer. LeBron James is an entertainer. They're also athletes. And because they're like the top athletes in the league, they can also become entertainers. So it's not something that you can really do. Like Jimmy, sometimes becomes an entertainer, but he really isn't. Jimmy's very hard nosed and just he's a very lunch pail guy, and he just puts his head down and he works. And then when he starts getting it, then he gets loud, and he'll get in your face, and he'll go back and forth, but he's not like Draymond Green, where he goes looking for it, and he's like not like throwing it in your face or like he. I don't want to say that because he has gotten in people's faces and shit, and he'll do it, but I don't think of him first as like that's his thing. That's his thing if you push him. If you try Jimmy and you try Jimmy in the slightest and you try Jimmy just un poquito ahí, that's it. That's all you got to do to set him off. But if you go up against Jimmy one-on-one and you're just really just trying to like he's not gonna get in your face. He's not gonna embarrass you. He's not gonna go out to embarrass you. But if you step to Jimmy, he will fucking embarrass you. And I don't want that taken away. I like that. I like that in sports, man. Sports and like video games, like versus is like or not even versus video games in that capacity, whether it's like a fighting video game or a shooting video game, whatever. It's like the only fucking places that like people can just compete against each other and not ultimately truly really kill each other. It's not like war. It's like you can compete against each other physically, mentally, challenge another human being, and it's like, and you can express yourself after a win or something. Like those are the only places you can do that. You can't do that like at an art show. Like if you put an art show up and someone buys your painting and doesn't buy the next one, you can't be like, I beat you. You can't do that. Can't even do that with music. Like even if when you're going up there and you win the fucking Grammy and shit because they gave you best artist, like you go up there and you thank all the other artists. It's not really a competition. It's just it's a competition to the point to that level because you guys sell albums. You're selling millions. You're talking about like at that level. Corporations make it a competition, but at the artist level, it's not a competition. It's not like sports. The Oscars are not like sports. Movies are not like sports. You're competing simply at the box office because you're trying to take as much money as possible because really, honestly, you're fucking greedy. And you gotta pay rent and you have kids to feed and you gotta eat and all this kind of shit. So you have needs. You want a fucking Ferrari. So that's why, you guys are competing at the box office at the level. But really, honestly, you're not really competing because essentially what the film industry does is tell you, hey, you know what? Watch my film. No matter how bad it is, watch my film and then also love my film. Don't complain about my film. Don't critique my film. Don't fucking hate on my film. You have to like my film and you have to watch it and you have to pay money for it. That's what the film industry is like. Go to a movie theater and ask for your money back after you watch the fucking movie because it sucked ass and you didn't like it. Go to a restaurant and order food and eat it and you didn't like it, ask for your money back. You'll probably get your money back. Or you'll get a free meal or you'll get something. At the movie theater, they look at you like you're fucking crazy if you want just a fucking free coupon for another film because the movie that you saw, the fucking power went out. Oh, you saw most of the film. I don't give a fuck if I saw most of the film. The power went out at the end. Just give me something. Give me a fucking coupon. Can't you guys give me a fucking coupon? No. Well, I'm supposed to support every single fucking film? No, bro. It's not sports. It's not a competition. No, you guys are gonna get your money when you get. Everybody is fine in the film industry. It's just, are you better off than the next guy? That's really it. Is that the same kind of competition that you find in sports? No, man. People are competing in sports because the whole purpose of sports is to compete. It's to prove that you are a better athlete. That's what the race is. The race is who is the fastest? Who is the strongest? Video games, who is the smartest? But I don't know. I went off on some tangent. I'm sorry. What do we got? We're 109 in? No, but we waited. I'm going to go a little bit longer because, I was making fucking coffee, bro. It took forever for the fucking water to heat up. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. I was making coffee, and then you're posting everything, and I'm looking for the fucking the right picture to add to it, and I couldn't find the right one that I wanted, and then I remembered this is what I wanted. I had to go through a fucking journey through the internet just to find it. But it's all to entertain you, man, and give you the right carousel. You gotta put the right carousel with the post. Shit. Well, there goes Josh. That's why they got this guy. Fucking sucks for Josh Richardson. Josh Richardson will have shoulder surgery tomorrow and is out for the season. Thank you, Josh. We appreciate you coming back. It's been emotional. You had moments throughout the season that were like good. You had positive moments. If I had to be real with you, I would be like, I did not understand why they. I mean, I understood why they brought you back because you're a great guy, you're a decent player, and you work well in our system, and you did. And it would have been nice to see because you had a couple good moments that you made me feel like, shit, maybe we can trust Josh Richardson now. And so it really sucks that he went down the way that he did. That's really tough. But he'll be all right. He'll be fine. Go to Baptist Hospital. They'll take care of him. But Josh Richardson is out for the season. So we got this other guy, and now it makes more sense as to why we got that other guy. Sorry, I'm trying to get to this thing so I can see some fucking shit here. This thing's all fucked up. So, Jimmy tonight versus the Pistons, 26 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, 7 for 13. I know we don't read stats here. That's not what we do. Okay? You want stats, you go somewhere else. There's a million fucking places out there where you can get fucking stats, I swear to God. Don't come here for stats. You come here for just the ride, and you come here for the craziness, and you come here for my wild antics and the outbursts and the occasional insight and the occasional, that's a good point. But you don't come here for stats. But let me tell you something. Last game when I was watching, when we were going against the music people, the Jazz, the way that game was going, man, I was like, the only way he win this is if Jimmy puts up 30 plus. And Jimmy put up 30. Okay? And now Jimmy had to put up 26. So now Jimmy is heating the fuck up. And this is exactly what we want. We want to see Jimmy starting to really get liquid and really get smooth and really get into the flow. We got to get other guys going, though. Duncan Robinson has to be going into the playoffs, one of the hottest fucking players in the league. Duncan Robinson has to go into the playoffs as one of the hottest shooters in the league. And I don't know if we're gonna get that from Duncan. I don't know what we're gonna get from Duncan. Terry Rozier, going back to him, let me tell you something. I fucking was pissed at him the previous game because when we lost to the Nuggets, it's because he ball hogged the whole fucking fourth quarter. And the Jazz, he starts fucking facilitating, and we win the Jazz game. He starts giving it to Butler. Look at in this game. He's giving it to Butler, and he picked his spots this game. This was a good game for Terry Rozier because he wasn't ball hogging. He's waiting for the ball to come back to him. And when he took his shots, because the ball came back to him, he made those shots. He made them count. That's how this guy's got to play. Not, I'm going to fucking be the hero and take over, and I'm going to be the one to do it. No. 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 That's going too far. Um. Oh my god! I thought, you know what? I just saw. Sorry, I'm going through like the feed real quick. I'm just being an asshole. But I just saw on the fucking on the feed like a picture of Zion Williamson, right? Like with a fucking like face, and I was like, don't even fucking tell me, man. Before I could even read what the fucking shit said, like I was like, I knew that motherfucker was injured. I was like, oh, there he goes, the yearly fucking Zion Williamson injury. But no, he's just saying that he would participate in the dunk contest if he was named an All-Star. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Begging to be named an All-Star. I get the fuck out of here. We're talking. The fucking All-Star game was fucking 7 fucking games ago almost. The fuck are you talking about? You'll be in the dunk contest? No, man. Are you gonna be in the playoffs? Zion Williamson, are you gonna be in the fucking playoffs, bro? Are you fucking kidding me? Talking about the All-Star game? Talk about the playoffs. And talk about hoping to fucking make the playoffs, man. Because let me tell you, bro, if the Pelicans don't make the fucking playoffs and they miss it again, if they miss the playoffs or they get bounced in the first fucking round, and spanked in the first round, you get rid of Zion Williamson. That is not a good fucking player. At this point, he's not a good player, dude. For what you get, it's not enough. It's just not enough, man. Let's go ahead and just muddy this up a bit and make people understand the truth. So, I don't know, man. Next game, Mavericks. It's gonna be we got to take that game seriously, and we got to go out there and just fucking really, really play a really great game. Because that's gonna be like these next stretches. We gotta really take advantage of these games against good fucking teams, man. Because we gotta beat good fucking teams. We gotta beat all the good fucking teams so that we can hope to compete with the great fucking teams. Okay, because Mavericks, Thunder, those are good teams, man. Nuggets, that's a great team. So we gotta win against Mavericks and Thunder, and we gotta just keep winning. I mean, we don't have a choice but to keep winning right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't got a choice. We gotta keep winning. Mavericks, that's a winnable game. We gotta win that, so we'll win that. Thunder, that's a winnable game. We gotta win that, so we should win that. Wizards, we gotta win that game. There's no fucking around. Win that. And then we're gonna go against the Nuggets. That's the game we want to win. We want to win that game. More than the Mavericks, more than the Thunder, more than the Wizards, more than the 76ers, more than the Knicks, more than anybody else that we're playing, more than Golden State. And Golden State will not fucking mierda. You don't know what the fuck Golden State is, man. Nobody knows what Golden State is. And you know what the Golden State is? Golden State's going to be another win for the Heat. That's what Golden State is, okay? But everybody else, there's nobody else that we're playing against that matters as much as winning against the Nuggets. Go at least splitting it with the Nuggets, man. I'm telling you, dude, like, none of the other games fucking matter. Like, yes, they matter in the sense that if we don't win enough of them, we'll fucking not make it to the playoffs. So we want to keep winning. But we're at a point where, like, I mean, I'm sure we're not gonna go fucking undefeated from here on out. But you look at these wins and they're like, we should win these games. You know, we'll drop one against the Cavs. We're gonna play the Cavs fucking twice. You know, so one of those games, like, I don't imagine we'll drop against them. You know, are the Pelicans going to beat us when they come in here? Why should they? We already beat them at their home. Don't tell me that, oh, because we have a bad home record. No, we're talking about, are the Pelicans a good team? And we saw them. They're not a good team. They're a beatable team. The 76ers are falling like fucking, you know, de todo. We should win that game. Pistons, we should fucking beat the 4 times that we play the goddamn fucking Pistons. We should beat them every single fucking time. You know, I don't want to fuck around with that team. We play the Wizards twice, man. We're going to play the Wizards upcoming now, and then we're going to play them fucking again later on. And we should win those games. The last 2 times we played the 76ers, we should win those games. We play the Rockets, we should win that game. The Hawks, we should win that game. Raptors, twice, the end of the season, we should win that game. So tell me where we're losing. So if we're losing anywhere, don't tell me we're losing that Nuggets game. Because then that makes everything fucking useless. It makes it all completely useless if we go and we win every shit against every shitty fucking team. We beat the teams that we're supposed to beat, but then we can't fucking beat the Nuggets, both at home and on the road. We can't beat the Celtics at all. Man, I'm not trying to fucking crap on this, bro, and I'm not trying to get lit the fuck up here, bro, but I'm gonna get lit the fuck up because that's the fucking truth, bro. I want to hold this team accountable, bro. I want the truth with this team. I believe in this team, and I will follow Butler Al Gaib to the fucking, to the ends of the sandworm. But I want to go there knowing that this is true. And that's the thing about Dune, is that Dune is like the one story. That's why people keep saying that it's a cautionary tale against the fucking against fascism. It's a cautionary tale against Messiah. And I'm like, yeah, that's what Herbert wanted it to be. But a lot of times you will create a piece of art or a piece of work and you will put it out there with this full intention that this is what it's meant to be. And guess what? The entire fucking audience reinterprets it as something else. And that's what happened with Dune. Dune was written to try and be a message against the Messiah. But Dune, in the end, turned out to be a message for the Messiah. Because, hello, spoiler alert, them motherfuckers go on for 3,500 fucking years. How is that not? They win in the end. The difference between every other Messiah fucking movie is that Anakin Skywalker gets fucking killed. And he gets fucked. And then he doesn't come through. He isn't the Messiah. Doesn't even last 50, 60 years. His reign of fucking terror only lasts literally 20 fucking years. Barely that. But this guy comes in here, claims he's the Messiah, proves he's the Messiah, has powers of a Messiah, rules like a Messiah. Ultimately, shit happens, but ultimately his name and his I'm trying not to spoil it, but his name continues, if you know what I mean. And if your name continues in that level as a reigning king, you have succeeded. Dune becomes, you see, it's a cautionary tale against messiahs literally like 5 books down the line. After 4,000 fucking years have passed. Well, for 4,000 fucking years, it worked out. And that's essentially what sucks about that fucking story. And that is that you want to say that it's a cautionary tale against the Messiah, but really it does the opposite. It emboldens people to believe in a Messiah. Because it gives them a great story of like, look at this great story of the Messiah that worked out for them. All this fucked up shit happens, but hey, that happens on the journey. So people who say that David Lynch's point misses that, like David Lynch's version misses that point, no, you're wrong. David Lynch's version of Dune is a perfect adaptation of the fucking book. As perfect as you can get. Sure, there's no weirding modules, but they take that just for film's sake in the fucking age of the 1980s, where fucking not everybody knew karate and mixed martial arts wasn't fucking widespread. Okay? But now today, mixed martial arts is widespread. Karate and kung fu movies and martial arts films are widely accepted more so than they were in the fucking 80s as a niche genre in the fucking back of the video store. Now, every fucking buddy uses Wong Ping Ying and the fucking wires and, flying all around and fucking Crouching Tiger. Now everybody, in every fucking movie, somebody does a corkscrew. Every fucking movie. Power Rangers. Lynch's adaptation really hammers at this is what a Messiah's journey looks like. And it ends with that he proves that he's the Kwisatz Haderach because he brings the rain. Spoiler alert. They show that at the end of the Lynch one, but they don't do that in the new one. Spoiler alert. Sorry. You should have already seen this shit, so I'm not going to even fucking care anymore. Everyone watched it, right? Everyone saw it, right? Right? Cool. But I believe in Butler the same way that, the Fremen believe in this guy. But we still want clarity. Just a little bit of clarity. Show us that, go ahead and walk around the room and come to our faces and tell us, stories about our mother. And when you, by that, I mean, go out there and beat the fucking Nuggets. Go out there and beat the fucking Nuggets and tell the Nuggets to their faces that their mother lost her eye because a rock hit her in the face, back in the day when this planet was called Dune. That's what we need. That's the clarity we need. If we see that, if we hear that, we're all on our knees. Lizim Gaib. Butler al Galib. Mandi. That's really all we have. It really is. Because all these other wins are winnable games that we should win. We should really, look how we're playing. We're playing decent enough. We're playing good enough that we're just building a lot of momentum with this train. But none of this shit will matter if we can't beat the Nuggets. If we can't handily make sure we beat the 76ers. If we don't come out there and fucking whip the goddamn Warriors' asses after fucking Celtics whip their fucking asses. What are we saying going into the playoffs? Oh, we can handle the first round person, but can we get past the second round person? If it's a good matchup, we're going to be fucked. If we get the Celtics in the first round, we're going to be fucked because I think it's a lot of people, I was worried that okay, maybe that's what they want. They're just going to hang around the 8 seed and just, catch the Celtics in the first round and get it done early this time. But I don't think that'd be good for the Heat. I think it'd be better for the Heat if they didn't face the Celtics and until it was the last fucking round. I think if they meet the Celtics in the first round, the Celtics are going to be hyped to really, really go out there and beat their asses. They're going to go up 3-0 on us. And I know I've seen this team do crazy things, but I don't think they're that crazy that they can come back down 3-0 against the Celtics this year. So I'd rather the Celtics go through the fucking gauntlet the same way we go through the fucking gauntlet and meet them up at the end. And then put the pressure on them that we're at the end. Sure, they're going to be super highly motivated because this is exactly what they were waiting for all fucking year long, to get to the fucking end where they were last year and got beaten by us. And guess what? They're getting us again. So that's. But I'd rather get them like that after they win through the first and the second fucking round than getting them right at the beginning of the playoffs when they're, probably at their freshest. It'll be a lot easier. So that's why winning a lot of these games is important. Gotta win enough games that we don't end up 8th. We end up in the mid. We could end up 3rd, maybe 4th. All said and done. If we keep winning, we could get past the Knicks. If we get past the Knicks and we keep winning, okay, we gotta match up with the Magic, because then the Magic will fall, okay? Because we beat the Magic already, so we have the tiebreaker again. So we'll skip them, but we won't skip them if they've got more wins than us. And can't let that happen, man. Can't let that happen. I want to get out of that. I don't really want to be in. I want to get to the 3 because I don't even want to be in the 4 spot. So I have to face the number 5. 4 or 5. That's always such a shitty fucking series, dude. Don't want that series because that's tough, and you're always matching up against someone who's basically your mirror match, and I don't like that. I want to be at the 3, go against the 6, be at the 2, go against that. But we're not gonna top Bucks, and we're not gonna top Celtics. You know, we're not gonna top those guys. The only people that I can see us topping is Knicks and Magic getting into the 4 spot, and it's gonna be really difficult to catch up to the Cavs unless we beat them. It's the only way. We have to keep winning, and we gotta beat the Cavs these 2 times. We can beat the Cavs these 2 times. That'll really go a long way. Beat the Knicks. That's 1 time. That'll really go a long way. Those are big games, man. It's just I want to see a win against a really good team. I want to see a win against the best team in the fucking league, the team that knocked us out of the goddamn fucking finals last year. I want to see that. And I know I sound like a broken record, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record. I really apologize, and I'm just that should set me off. That I don't know. Yeah, congratulations, Luka Doncic, for your 4 straight 30-point triple double. Did you win? Oh, look at that. Luka Doncic with the 4 straight 30-point triple-double. And guess what? Lost to Indiana. Go fuck yourself. 137 to 120. You put 30-point triple-double up, and you lose 137 to 120. You put up a 30-point triple-double for the 4th time in a row, and you lose to Indiana. Indiana is number 8 in the Eastern Conference. Come on. The fuck out of here with that. Unbelievable. Really, and look at that. Cavs beat the Celtics by 1. Ridiculous. They blew a 22-point lead. 9 minutes left. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not gonna we're not gonna be able to catch the Mavericks, and the Mavericks is a bad match. We don't want to face the Mavericks, man. We don't want to face the Mavericks. We don't want to face even the Pacers. I'll take anybody else but the Cavs and the fucking. Sorry, I think I said the Mavericks. My bad. I meant the Cavs. I don't want to face the Cavs, and I don't want to face the fucking Pacers, dude. The Pacers are some shit. You know, they got shooters, and they're just the kind of team that we go up against, and they fucking play an amazing game and beat us, and then get beat by whoever the fuck they play against. Wow, man. Yeah, so the Patty Mills signing, that makes sense. That's not because of this guy. But yeah, that's enough, man. I mean, we're good. We're good. We don't want to really stretch this out too long because we still got plenty of Cultura left for the rest of the season. There's a lot of Culturas coming up, man. We got Mavericks on Thursday, 7:30 p.m. We'll be here for that. And then, and then that's going to rock the back-to-back. So you know how it is when we have the back-to-back. Depending on, well, no, it's early, so hopefully I can get it done. And if I'll do it, I'll get it done before midnight. I just hate when I do Cultura after midnight and then have another one because then it's like 2 Culturas on the same day. It's really annoying. But yeah, we'll be here for the Mavericks game because that's a big game, and then we'll be here for the Thunder too because that's also a big game. So we're gonna do it up for you, right? Because you guys deserve it, and we gotta start getting warmed up, just like Jimmy, for the playoffs, man. Because we're not gonna miss not one goddamn Cultura for the playoffs. Okay. So we are back Thursday after the game, after Mavericks. That's how we do it. I'm excited. I'm happy where we're at. Everybody should be fine. But again, we need. I don't know, man. I know I keep saying that we need a quality win, and we have had quality wins in bunches. But I know you know what I mean. That like all of these wins against all of these teams that we're going against pale in comparison to just one win against the Nuggets and against the Celtics. We don't have that shot against the Celtics anymore. So that's why it's really fucking important to win this game against the Nuggets, man. We gotta show the rest of the league that we can reach another level. Because right now we can only reach a certain level with these guys that is like, it's good enough to beat everybody. And it's even good enough to beat, the best once in a while, but not regularly. And if we can't beat these teams regularly the way they beat us regularly, what are we doing, man? We don't have enough. So that's something to really consider. And I know I don't want to fucking be Debbie Downer and shit, and I want to be happy with this win, and I'm like happy the way that he's playing. Butler's playing great. We're getting guys in, and we're still having to fucking, get guys acquainted with everybody at this point in the season, but still, you know how the system works, man. If they fit in our system, they will come in and they will fucking produce. So we don't have to worry about that shit. But I want a quality fucking win against a quality fucking opponent. All of these guys, even if we lose the Mavericks and Dunter, and we lose to the Pistons once, and we lose to the Cavs, and that tells you nothing, man. If we win against the fucking Nuggets, man, that tells me a lot. That tells me that we can at least beat these guys in our home court. And you gotta give me something, man. You gotta give us something. And I know I saying some shit with all these wins, man. I know how great this team's been playing. We're fucking 6-1 coming out of the fucking. We're 5-1 coming out of the fucking the All-Star break. If we win against the Mavericks, we'll be 7-1. I mean 6-1. And we're 5-1. So we'll be 6-1. That's great. That's a good record. We've been kicking ass, man. But that one fucking loss to the Nuggets, man. That's a really big stain. That's a really big fucking bird shit. You just washed the entire fucking car and you are banging on fucking South Beach, blinging it out, man. And it doesn't matter how shiny and beautiful that fucking, Supra is, bro. If there's a giant fucking shit stain on the fucking car, so just on one spot, like a bird took a humongous fucking shit on the windshield or on the fucking, like, somewhere on the car, everybody's eyes are gonna go to the shit stain. Everybody's eyes are going to go to the bird shit on the windshield. They're not going to look at the entire beautiful fucking Toyota Supra that looks amazing with its suit. It's fucking got an awesome, it's just beautiful. 1,000 horsepower. No one's going to give a shit because there's shit on the window. Don't freak out, man. Just freak out or something.